This is one of those videos that answers a question you never thought of asking it in the first place, but now with E.K. Johnston's new book, Star Wars Queen's Hope, a lot of things that happen in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith are getting their own explanations and answers, especially between Anakin and Padme, everything that happened in between, and by the time we see them in Revenge of the Sith, this book covers most of it. And today, we're going to talk about Lucasfilm finally explaining a very interesting question that has been posed by some, but we never got a clear answer. And that is why Anakin Skywalker wore his Jedi robes during his wedding on Naboo with Padme Amidala. This, of course, happens at the end of Attack of the Clones. The movie actually finishes on that exact shot. C-3PO and R2 are at the side, watching Anakin and Padme finally tie the knot. In secret, mind you, they got married and held that relationship a secret for many years to come. Well, this question is actually very puzzling because if you're thinking, well, clothing does not matter, well, think again, because throughout Attack of the Clones, we see Padme change outfits all throughout, but in the end, when she gets married, Padme is all dressed up with her white gown and white dress. However, the groom, Anakin, decided to just wing it with his regular Jedi uniform or ensemble. If we take this scene in face value, then some things just don't add up. While at first reading this passage, this explanation was, some might think it is unnecessary, it kind of is because it adds to the world building, if anything. Of course, this is a beautiful shot. If I'm not mistaken, this was actually filmed in Italy, which I had the pleasure of visiting all these places, and for a Star Wars fan, it is quite amazing. So guys, if you get a chance, please check all these Star Wars locations out. Next stop for me, of course, Tunisia. I gotta go to Tatooine myself, visit the Lor's homestead, of course. But back to the explanation, sorry for taking that drift. I just got into my feel, into me reminiscing. But the point that Anakin did not dress up actually adds to the mysteriousness of it all, because by now we all know that Palpatine actually knew that Anakin and Padme got married. He knew about their relationship, as we clearly see in Revenge of the Sith. He is the one manipulating Anakin that his wife will eventually die, and he, as Sith Lord, has the answers to saving her from death. In many of my videos, we've discussed in great detail about how Palpatine had a vast network, especially on Naboo. To many asking why didn't anybody know except for Palpatine that Anakin and Padme were married, well, just look at the location. If it's on Naboo, Palpatine came from Naboo. He was a Naboo senator, a Naboo representative. This leads us to believe that the clergyman who just married Anakin and Padme actually knew who Anakin was, and of course knew who Padme was since she was the Queen of Naboo beforehand. This is where the outfit comes in, because he is clearly wearing Jedi robes. A Jedi and a former queen just got married, and the clergyman will have lots to say about this to, of course, Palpatine. So in the new book by E.K. Johnston, Star Wars Queen's Hope, that is coming out on April next year, some excerpts have been released through StarWars.com, and it's been revealed that Anakin contemplated whether or not he should have come up with something more special to wear for this special occasion. As they say, you only get married once. Well, for some people. But he figured that it's best to be honest about his marriage and show up in his Jedi robes, since he is still in his core a Jedi, not pretend he is something else. The excerpt goes on to read as follows. Looking down at his Jedi robes, he wondered for the first time if he ought to have asked C-3PO to find a nicer outfit to get married in. He was sure Padme would have something. Amazing dresses seemed to just happen on Naboo, but no. He was a Jedi getting married. He would at least be true to himself about that. There were enough secrets in his future. He would be married how he wanted to be. Don't forget that this is shortly after Anakin completely massacred the Tusken Raiders. Even after all that, he still respected himself as a Jedi. This gives you an insight into his mind. We all know that in Attack of the Clones, that massacre of the Sand People was kind of his first step into falling to the dark side of the Force. This event was so grave that even Master Yoda felt it. But in a way, I completely understand Anakin at this moment. So first he acknowledges that Padme would surely have something beautiful to wear. Since this is happening on Naboo, Anakin knew that Padme was very fashionable. This, of course, we all know, even we as an audience. But the excerpt says, but no, he was a Jedi getting married. He would at least be true to himself about that. In a sense, the Jedi Code completely forbids attachment. By the strict Jedi Code, by Jedi orthodoxy, Anakin was doing the completely wrong thing here. He was a Jedi getting married, and therefore he would not hide this. I think Anakin thought himself as breaking the mold. He did not hide his Jedi robes. He did not pretend to be anything else, and therefore he got married with the same clothes that he would wear for years to come, up until his downfall to the dark side. It continues to say there were enough secrets in his future he would be married how he wanted to be. So he wanted to be in this outfit, and the secrets that are coming in the future, he knows fully well that for years and maybe his entire life, he would have to keep this union a secret. But me, myself, I have a complete different perspective on how Anakin's mind was molded as the years went on, because as we see in the Clone Wars series, later after his wedding, Anakin would take Ahsoka Tano as his apprentice, and Ahsoka eventually left the Jedi Order. I have speculated in my mind that in the beginning, yes, Anakin was mad about Ahsoka leaving, but ultimately, if he had continued, I think he would have taken Ahsoka's steps as inspiration instead of devastation. As the years went on, and if Order 66 hadn't happened, if Palpatine hadn't happened, or if everything had gone normally with the Jedi Order, I think ultimately Anakin's secrets would have great bearing on him, and therefore I believe Anakin would have eventually been inspired by Ahsoka and left the Jedi Order as well. All he knew was how to be a Jedi. He even got married in Jedi clothes. Essentially, he loved Padme more than anything else, more than the Jedi Order, more than himself, really. If his egotistical nature would have calmed down in the years to come as an older man, he would have eventually just settled down with Padme and would have left his Jedi life behind. This is just me thinking crazy, but you could see this happening. Ahsoka gave Anakin a different aspect, a different thought process. Even in the canon comics, Anakin and Obi-Wan, which were released years ago, Anakin, as a 10-year-old boy, essentially wants to abandon the Jedi Order. He even surrenders his lightsaber to Obi-Wan, telling him that he no longer wants to be a Jedi. So it would not be the first time he has attempted this. I don't know, I might have gone off the rails here, but tell me, what do you guys think about Anakin getting married in his Jedi uniform and his thought process as to why he did not pick a special outfit, but he just went with it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.